Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got from varsity.
Run Ryan.
Ryan.
And everything. You have players out there.
I think the fellas will take it more serious.
Hey, what grade?
That one I don't know.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
So we're getting our feedback from Nico. Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. Fellas, watching this game today was mentally draining. All right, and to be honest, you know, we're not making top 5 if we continue playing like this. I mean, we've seen in the past that those moments of individual brilliance just dry up. All right, and I think we just have to be honest. We can't be getting outplayed by a club that's sitting at the bottom of the league. I don't care that we have injuries all year. We had to do better than this. All right. Now, at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points, and I'm taking the 3 points, and I'm hoping for better next game. You know, I mean, this result is something to build on. You know, I'm trying to reach on the optimistic side. You know, again, playing second fiddle to a newly promoted Burnley can't be acceptable. You know, but I guess it was a must-win game, and we win. You know, but all you think results over performance is acceptable for Manchester United so early in the season? How we feeling, fellas? What is saying? Simeon, Chef, Christopher, what is saying?
I mean, it's true. I mean, after the last few games, I mean, it's not acceptable. But right now, we taking it. You know, it's one of those things where you can't, beggars can't be choosers, man. You know, we gotta take what we get right now. I mean, we in a bad spot. You know, we need 3 points more than a performance. We need a win to stop the the bad vibes we've been getting. I mean, it's more about stopping the streak of bad results. You know, we gotta stop something first. I mean, we might get a little break from a little break from the media, from the, I mean, it ain't much. They can still go be, the retail, but we need a positive result. You know, we got it. So, I mean, it's very hard game to watch. You know, there were very few positives as far as gameplay. The things he went in expecting to see, you didn't see. I mean, playing against a club like Burnley, they don't have the offensive power to really, or they shouldn't have to really bother us, but they did a little bit. But you expected to score some goals. I mean, that's what I was looking for. You expect to see Ten Hag ball being played at some, because they are part of the league team. And when I saw the stats as far as possession, I was like, we still in the desert. We still, wandering in the desert looking for the promised land because we can't find it. And I'm glad Bruno scored in a nice moment, but like we need to be better than that. I mean, I got so much. It's hard to quantify, the feeling right now because it's a win, but at the same time, you feel more lost than before the game. It's like I don't feel any progress was made as far as football.
Yeah. Before I come to Christopher, I'm gonna just get 2 comments on the inside here. David Curtin on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, brother.
And Diane Cameron on the inside as well. Thanks for joining. Good night
yeah,
to
man.
you.
Good night.
She's saying happy to get the 3 points. Losing would have been catastrophic.
True.
Christopher, what you saying? You agree that, this early in the season, it's more about results over performance? What you saying?
I mean, my take on it is more of a kind of holistic take. So, yes, it's early in the season, but it's the strangest thing for me that we have yet to see a full strength starting 11 for Manchester United. That's a weird thing for me because, I mean, you were messaging me about the starting lineup when it came out. That starting lineup today is a lineup you will play in the Carabao Cup first round or whatever it is when they play in some third tier non-league team or something. It literally was that kind of lineup. You have Johnny Evans as a starting centre back. I mean, he turned in a good performance today, but never would I ever expect that in a new season, Johnny Evans going to be starting matches for Manchester United. All right. So it's a very strange phenomenon that we're observing right now with this team, where players that you would never think could be near starting 11, Ten Hag have to be asking them to give a performance. Whether it's injuries, whether it's the squad being unsettled, whether it's little prima donnas posting on Twitter. I mean, it's just a very almost surreal feeling when it is you're looking at this Manchester United team and you're kind of almost asking yourself, is like, is this really Manchester United? What are you looking at here? Johnny Evans playing for Manchester United right now? Scott McTominay still playing for United? Is a strange thing to look at. So the situation is what the situation is. As I say, it's holistic. It's like we end the situation. All right? You could rage, you could scream, you could this, but this is the situation we in. This is what Manchester United is right now. A team where Burnley having 70% possession and we scraping a win against them. That's the Manchester United that we're looking at right now. And I mean, it's difficult to comment on it because, I mean, what it is we're really looking at here. You know?
Yeah.
It's difficult
Chef,
to
Chef, what you saying?
I need a drink, yes.
Oh, I had 3.
Nah, Dan, it tiring, you know. It tiring. To watch Manchester United right now, we we really is fans and shooters and I hope the dedication men have for Manchester United, I have it for the Wipers.
Oh, gosh.
Well, we get the 3 points as a positive. You know what? We could talk all day about the negative because it's plain to see. But I could talk a little bit of the positives. Yes, I'm trying to sour my mood. Big up to Hannibal. I am extremely happy to see the youth getting a chance and grabbing it. Well done. And I dare say Hannibal should be considered above the pecking order with McTominay. The youth was excellent, and you could see towards the end he probably was tired because Lord, he played 90 minutes in the league, but but I was happy for it. Johnny Evans, I can't even say Johnny Evans rolled back 2 years because Johnny Evans in my book was always a shit on, but he actually was good. The man was good. Johnny Evans passing range. I was like, what is this? So yeah. Bruno play. I never am fight on my captain. Bruno play. That was a well taken goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? What a volley.
Yeah.
I mean, we could never fault the team from scoring some brilliant goals.
yeah.
You know, we've
Quality
been
there.
doing that. Yeah, we've been scoring brilliant quality goals. You know, individuals stepping up. We've been doing that over the past 3, 4, 5 years. So it's in the locker. It's in those fellas' locker. But what I
Oh,
want to
pardon,
see in
yeah.
the locker too is the ability to control games. You know, and play like a big club.
Dan,
I was
I
disappointed
direct.
and I was disappointed and extremely
Nah,
surprised. I felt let down when I saw us going there and we sitting back on Burnley. You understand what I'm saying? The thing about it is,
but because
this is not
Marine,
Sean Dyche Burnley earlier. Go through,
but
chef.
Marine, and the thing is, we start off positive. I don't understand that, boy. We start off pretty decent,
We
and we
always do
just
You
that.
find we start off good? You find we start off good? I
we
find we start off too safe.
start
The way we start
that.
off
No,
the way we start off that game, chef, we start off as the way we play Man City. That's how I find. That's how I feel.
that I just find the drop off came so quick, and I can't understand. Now credit to Burnley. Burnley get a side that searching for answers right now. But I don't know, boy. We seem so slow. Listen, why when the ball in the back between Onana and them defenders, why it must take so long to make a play? Like
Because the
literally
midfielders
the
not
ball.
showing for the ball. They're not showing for the ball. McTominay don't have a show for the ball. McTominay
Exactly.
don't have a turn his body and say, yeah, give it to me. And for them,
I
they have
still
that class of crap in the midfield.
I still going down saying, as I said last podcast, I really want to see us at full strength. But that being said, what happens when we have injuries? What happens when the man who first pick not there? This is what we're gonna see. Well, then we have relics again, but
I mean, if you want to, my thing is, one thing about today, like, I was talking to Kareem about the game, and I didn't see the start of the game. And I saw Martinez wasn't playing. I didn't really think about it too much. I'm like, what happened with Tenag. But I heard he was injured, right? And right
yeah,
away, like, I mean, I mean, that has to be the story of today. I mean, we got all this stuff going on, but that has to be a story of today. Of today, yeah, we play bad, but we always play bad. We been playing bad. Why do we have all these injured players? I know. I look back. I was like, you know what? I look back, and I went back. And I always go back to Ragnick. And I feel bad because I always go back to the same man. This man see all these problems. And when he was here, in that 1 year he was here, he saw all our problems. And Ragnick said it's not right. It was April 22. He said it's not right. All these injuries we're having is not right. We need to investigate what's going on in our team. We shouldn't be having these injuries. He looked at other teams playing more games, and they had players, fit. He said, "We need to investigate." No one know what happened to the investigation. I see we hired this a new guy to look after the training and make sure we don't get injured. Why this man didn't start till what? Last week?
Monday, he start Monday.
Who does that?
Will you hearing me?
Yeah,
Will you
he's on
hearing
the
Yeah.
me?
go
Yeah,
now.
you
Yeah.
good, you
Yeah,
good.
Ian and Nico, yeah.
Nice, cool.
Who does that? How are you gonna bring in the man to save your team? I mean, what the team not injured already? Half the team not gone, and the man now come in like, hey, what going on? Hey, what going on? And half the team on crutches. Man, I mean, what kind of team does that? Bring a guy that's supposed to save his season in the middle of the season when it's too late. Like,
Well, a non-league team does that.
jeez. I mean,
A Sunday league team, a Fet match team does that. That's the type of team that does that. But here
but
we are looking at Manchester United now bringing in a doctor 6 games deep already and a Champions League game deep already. I mean, the club getting run like a parlor. You understand?
I mean, these are fixable things that we've seen. Like that's my thing is it's
It's
things.
supposed to be professionals, right? It's supposed to be
Yeah,
professionals and
exactly.
experts who are making these decisions and running this club. And in fact, they are very well paid professionals and experts. But here we have decisions being made. But if it is I ask my 4-year-old if that makes sense, she could tell me that ain't making no sense, daddy.
Yeah,
So that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. It's surreal what you're looking at right now, you know. It is surreal. When I saw that whole news about this doctor now coming in, I mean, yeah, what you could do, you could just shrug. It's like, oh, so we have some retards making these decisions. Oh, okay, oh, got it. You understand? Is Gump and company at the top there? You know, Mama always said. I mean, come now, man.
Let me get Nico in on the discussion. So the question on the floor was if you think results of a performance is acceptable for us so early in the season.
Boy, that's me. I starting to think them fellas' confidence real low now, you know, or at least maybe after today's game, and I really hope, there's eternal optimism, right? That that we are a bit of confidence now. You know, it's terrible that it is against Burnley, who's the bottom team, but you saw where this team deflated in confidence by. I think somebody losses and it filtered throughout the team, you know, because we would have talked about well, if we start from the front, we'd have talked about how poor we have been in front. We have been creating Rashford, Hoyland coming in, we really had no finishers. Then we talk about the midfield, right? So confidence low from the forward. Then we talk about the midfield, talk Casemiro, Ericsson. If you talk about Kobe Mino, if you talk about Bruno, the entire midfield has been poor. Then we talk about Mount and Mount purchase and Mount price again. And then we talk about the defense. Well, we know Maguire is the headline and he having the whole team, right? And then we talk about Johnny Evans, then Shaw injured, Martinez form, Varane injured, and then
Last year,
Malasia, and then what happened
Yes.
with
Chef, you need that drink, boy.
Sancho.
and then what happened with well, Sanchez another
Stress.
scene by itself, and then what happened with the keeper during the week, Onana during the week. So it's like the entire team from front to back, it's void of confidence, you know, and it barely have a player who could say, all right, Olia, I had a team today, you know, and so I really hoping that this game today would put some kind of confidence in these guys, because today, one or two names I can really say that would have stepped up in some way, and still that is not the standard of Manchester United. We just begging for scraps right now. However, scrap we get that look, you know, that look like it have a little piece of jam left back on the scrap. We happy with that, you know. But yeah, we struggling.
A little wing bone with something hanging off. A little piece of meat hanging off.
and that's what we contented with right now. That's what we praising right now, right? Ireland, I being honest, Ollie, Johnny Evans will be one of the best players today.
He and Hannibal.
yeah, no, about
Johnny Evans was right.
Yeah, Hannibal was good.
No, but I mean, and I expect, and we talk about it in preseason, Ray, and I rate Hannibal in preseason, and I said he deserves a chance at Manchester United, but still, it's Scraps we grateful for now. You know, it's Scraps we grateful for, but he had a decent game, but again, that is still not Manchester United standard, because you see where Hannibal, you know what I mean, if he had a little more quality in him, would have been much more better. But again, it's a start for him. Away game against Burnley, I think it only bode well for him going forward. I think it will be easier for him at home, hopefully. I think we will see much more from him. So if we saw that today, I think he has more. I think Ten Hag knows he has more. But again, kudos to Hannibal today.
Yeah.
And Johnny Evans, my man of the match. I don't know who they give. Who they give? Bruno goal? I don't know. But
Bruno scored, so you know they give it, right? But Bruno
Nah,
gave
but-
it. Yeah, Bruno gave it over to Johnny Evans. You know,
Uh-huh.
he gave
You see, I
the award to
I wasn't
to
able to
Johnny
follow
Evans.
up. Yeah, I wasn't able to follow up. But I telling you,
well deserved Johnny Evans. Yeah, he really
I
was
tell
the
you,
best player on the team, but
he
But-
was the best player on the team today.
isn't that
But question,
really embarrassing?
Is that damning indictment of Manchester
Yes,
United?
it's embarrassing.
And we
That
talk about that.
35-year-old Johnny Evans, who got relegated at Leicester City, and is probably like what, fourth or fifth choice centre back.
No, right now you look like the first choice.
and given
Right?
a man of the match performance.
Right? He looking at the first choice. I don't think
The best
Maguire
player on
ever
the
put down
field, if it
in
is
the
the entire
history of Harry
team fit,
Maguire.
not even going to be on the starting 11. And that was the
in
best
the
player on
in
the
the
field today.
history of Harry Maguire, I don't think Harry Maguire ever put on a performance like that, like Johnny Evans today.
That's
probably
a big
on that
fact.
Oli. Probably on that Oli in the first season.
Wow.
In the first season on that Oli, you could probably give Maguire
Actually,
a
yeah.
little something.
I remember a match against Everton where Maguire was a colossus.
Wow. Well,
That was
I
like
mean,
that
we
was
are,
an Oli first
I mean,
season.
we are calling on for our life, and we are defending in the 18-yard area. Right? That is the only
well,
how
I
he can
mean-
be a colossus.
No, well,
But
I mean, you had to give Jackie jacket. I mean, I want to be just hate Maguire, so I go give him nothing.
Yeah, I agree.
But
He flowers
question-
when he was good.
the question for Christopher here, right? And we could make the wrongs.
Yeah.
You think Ten Hag gave? No, I understand what Nico was saying in terms of the fact that the team, the confidence shattered. But you think Ten Hag gave Burnley too much respect, because I find the team start off too say, and when Chef was making the point, I said it. I find the team start off as though we were playing against Man City. The way we were standing off the defense, we were very calculated with the press, and for large parts of the first half I talking about, especially when the game was building. Burnley had the ball and they were moving the ball around nicely, and we were there fighting, trying to retain possession, and then when we losing it. You thought Ten Hag gave Burnley too much respect, Chris?
No, it's what you saw. I mean, and this is just my opinion. And, as it's an opinion, it could be dead wrong. But just from my view, it is not that Ten Hag, the intention was to sit off Burnley. It is just to look at the quality of team that they put out there, and that's what would happen. Because that's the team, like I said, that they will play in a Carabao Cup first round against, some third-tier team. Johnny Evans, like I said, I fifth choice centre back. Lindelof is what, third choice centre back. Regulon is what, third choice left back, right?
Now he looking like the first choice left back for me, yes?
Well, I mean, he on loan. He's a Tottenham player.
Oh, God.
He is on loan here, and I don't think it have any buy clause, some obligation to buy clause. So he's a Tottenham player. So if it is, he don't feel like staying here, or the club don't feel like keeping him at the end of the season, he's gone. Right? So that's a third choice left back, in my opinion.
But I'm gonna cut you there, Chris, right?
Yeah,
But
sure.
I still feel though, and I still feel man for man, Man United have
Gary-
better players.
Let me.
I mean, well, what I would say is that it is a team that I could guarantee you Ten Hag would have never ever in his wildest dreams imagined he would have had to field in the Premier League. And really and truly, in my opinion, they did exactly what it is he just needed them to do, which was show some fight, show some grit, scrape a result, and we move on, because that is not a team that you're going to be starting in the Premier League ever again. I mean, please God.
Nah, it could
Please
get
God.
worse, eh? No, it could get
Please
worse.
God. Yeah, fingers crossed.
It
But-
could get worse.
I would never want to ever see that starting 11.
But then it
Can
goes
we
back to
communicate?
what Reem said at the start. Is it about 3 points or performance so early in the season? That whole point you just made there. Dan, he's not a fella that gets speechless easier. But
You need that drink, brother.
Ah,
What's
boy, man, I don't
with the
know,
wife
boy.
on the side? Give me a
Let me
little,
tell
give
you
me a
something, eh?
little
I,
scotch
I,
and thing in the coffee there for me.
I, as everybody know here, there's real defense, but I used to real defense Scott McTominay. But there's
Ooh, they reach down there,
absolutely
boy.
no reason that man should be near Manchester team, you know. That man, that man, you need to put in a crocus bag, then
Well, leave him
find
on the
a
side of the
garbage
road.
bag, tie him in the back
Real.
of the slowest garbage truck we have in Trinidad,
If you're reading this point after.
then carry him down Sealots, let them fellas beat him, then put him back in the next crocus bag, drag him down point, put him on a boat to go Venice, take more licks, and then drop him in the middle of the ocean, you know.
Oh, Jesus, it is.
Hey, Graham Souness said
Done,
that Scott
done.
McTominay walks
Scott
into Manchester
McTominay.
United starting 11. The great
First,
Graham Souness, Scouser extraordinaire.
Of course, you can say that, and he want we to, he want we to succeed.
Well,
what
let
you
me
say?
tell you, the man says Scott McTominay walks into that Manchester United starting 11 after you watch him play for Scotland and score some goals against nothing Hoover over there. You know who the hell they was playing?
Done.
Some
I
some
know
some,
that.
some random
I
Eastern
don't know.
European
Here's the
team
thing,
that
eh?
According to this comment here, I play short because it make a difference. I play one shot. I play in one shot. Because with Donny come here playing one shot, with Scott here playing one shot, but I don't put none on the field and just play short.
just play 10 man from the start.
But then, and here's the
Yeah,
thing, eh?
I
It's
play
one
short.
thing. It's one thing. He used to at least give you some energy, but I don't know if it's me. But McTominay playing really lazy, boy.
Yeah, you have a kind of jog thing, a
No,
kind of jog
man,
way about him, but
man, that's doing he what they want to know.
Well,
Whole
I
game.
mean,
And then when time to do something, raise your head. That free man and you don't know what to do.
Jed,
He's a
in that
football player.
in that Bayern Munich game, it had that clip that I'm making the round. I was making the rounds where Upamecano,
yeah.
this was a Scott McTominay in his own half near the top of the box and run almost the entire length of the damn field. And meanwhile, Scott McTominay stop off in Europe by Sauce and was eating a doubles.
But I cannot understand.
So it's like you have a defender running almost the entire length of the field because he pushing his team forward to bust all in it. And McTominay was to it slight. I don't get it.
No, but why? I saw today, right? You are a professional football player. We'll be playing football from the age of 7 up, right? You have the ball. It have only 2 players you could pass to, right? So it have one here amongst about 3 men and one here free as a bird.
And you're trying.
It's not like it have plenty players that your brain will be confused in terms of who to pass to, and you still pass it with our 5 men with a man free. Nah, I playing short. I playing short.
The greatest for me was during that match. I see Evans
Nah,
start
boy.
pelting some cuss at McTominay, you know.
Eh?
Yeah, because
I didn't see that one
Onana had
live.
the ball. Onana had the ball. He trying to play out, right? And when it is they play now, what do they have is the centre backs will go wide, right? For him to play through the midfield, your fullbacks pushing up for you to now try to get the entire team moving forward, right? You have everybody on script. Okay, fine. Centre backs pull wide. Your left back, your right backs are to push forward. Casemiro and company starting to try to find his space in midfield. And McTominay, as usual, hiding behind the damn striker. And Evans had to cuss it out. He had to cuss his tail in the middle of the plays. Like, what are you doing? Well, I mean, he didn't say that. He said something I can't say, obviously, on the pod. But it's like, and I watch it and I'm like, well, that is where we at right now with this player. You understand?
Nah, way.
And that's why it's difficult for me to now answer your question, the original question, Reem, where it was if it is Ten Hag wanted that. It's like Ten Hag doesn't want Scott McTominay hiding behind the striker
Exactly.
when
Ten
man
Hag.
has the ball and looking for him to get the ball, turn on the man and drive into midfield when it is you're trying to play a forward press.
Oh, that's
Ten
Chef
Hag
good
card
now. Chef good now.
don't want him to pass it to an open player. You understand what I'm saying?
And as I'm saying,
If
you
I
having
Ten
players
Hag,
with
I don't know.
either
Like,
low IQ or just don't want to do what they're supposed to do.
I mean,
Yeah.
we know this. We know this. I mean, we acting surprised though McTominay hiding, McTominay can't pass properly. We know this. Like, you know, my main issue today. I mean, but to not pick him for some. I mean, for some reason, whether it was because no one else was really, I mean, ready to
And what the
play.
other options were?
The options.
You have Amrabat now coming back from an injury because for
Yeah.
some reason United like to buy injured players.
and then
That-
you had Dango.
that don't
Dango
make
was
any
on the
sense
bench.
to me. Well, it's best you play
Getting
go, I
into the team
guess.
by
Because
default.
Dan
But this is-
didn't look
this
bad
is-
in preseason, you know.
This is my thing, and this is when I personally find like Ten Hag buying his own trouble too, bro. You have a whole academy. You have a under 21. You have a B side. This is my thing. I prefer play with my youngsters and them. We might get licks, but dog, them who at least run, boy. I can't take you having big professionals playing like that and we still getting licks. Nah, well then that don't make sense. I honestly done, and I still backing my manager, but I'm starting to wonder now because it's like, yo,
As Christopher say, you Scott, you can't put Scott McTominay out there to do them thing, boy. You
no, you
can't blame
can't.
the, I'm not blaming the manager there.
But then,
I'm not blaming the manager there.
I mean,
and you know, listen, we talking about Scott McTominay, but let me move on from Scott. Dan, this Marcus Rashford MBE, whatever dotishness on the end of his name.
Oh gosh.
Dog. Boss, you
Like
can't
get
be
chef
so
some room here. Like get chef
So
some room to
greedy.
unload. Fix up.
Yeah, but
Nah, hey, where feel like when time get just now? I can't talk. Manchester will turn me to alcohol. I cannot talk about Manchester normal.
Yes, sir.
But horse, all I have said, Marcus, not every we understand your demand. But dog, part of being a big player is also at times being
Knowing when to pass.
unself-control.
yeah, knowing when to pass.
Knowing when to that fellas could never talk to Wayne Rooney, dog. Then you had choices. And I keep on saying every time Marcus gets the ball, it's 2 and 3 men that is go towards him. So that's what that means. It means there's open men. Now we could say men don't show, but dog, it didn't happen. You literally could stand up if you look up, you're going to see, hey, that man open. Oh God, pass the ball now, brother.
But we just pass the ball so slow too. We build up pace so slow.
Rashford have a play in
You know what?
Hoyland.
That if
Yeah.
3 men
Yeah,
are
let's
wrong
run the middle,
Rashford, and Rashford looking for the free man wherever, we just build up so slow that the team does get
No,
back
but,
in formation.
but-
Hoyland has run so much. I think right now he's still running in his sleep
yeah, boy.
because he
Ooh,
really
that boy.
running.
The injured
That
that
boy
man,
don't
boy.
ever
That man,
stop.
that man
The
was
boy,
injured, boy.
I don't even want to put that in the air because I find that just had that youth running and then feeding them. Dog,
They giving him nothing.
we men need to get out of this thing that goals had to come from your midfield. And that is why you have a center forward, dog. Build a play and feed him, Dread. Feed the man.
It upsetting to me that you have
Why?
a player
Why
of
the
this
stats?
stature.
Why when you
of
watch the
Hoyland.
stats at the end of the game, a man who play close to 90 minutes as a centre forward have 2 shots on goal, and then
Right.
when you watch his movement,
The
you
mileage.
basically see he run, so he wasn't stagnant. What I said,
That's saying that the team not
Um,
the fella's not looking for him.
yeah, let me just get 2 comments here and then we'll continue, right, guys?
Yeah.
And so Jesus Akshaw on the inside. Good night to
Big
you,
brother.
buddy. Thanks for joining. Saying Happy Republic Day. Same to you, man.
Yes,
Say came
happy Republic Day.
on just as Chef was talking the truth. Scott has been poor in the game against England. The world saw it except Ten Hag. Well, he scored some goals, and that is why he in the team, I guess. Rishi Shrippat on the inside. Good night to you too, buddy. Thanks for joining.
Oh,
See,
shit.
let me
Good
start
night,
off with
good
you with
night.
this one now. The guys were touching already on the slowness of our build-up play, right? And I'm starting to wonder, we brought in Onana to improve our build-up play, and I don't know how much of you all notice how long the ball is stay in the back, and Lindelof could get it. He go pass it to Onana. Onana will get it. He'll pass it to Evans. Evans go get it. He go pass it to Lindelof. Then he'll give back to Tomini. Tomini go bounce it back. Then he will go back by Onana. And that cycle will happen for about 3 hours before we decide to pass the ball forward. All right?
Yep.
So this whole play, from the back thing, the fact that Onana have that ability to possess the ball, you think that's working against us? In
But
terms of how fast we transition the ball and how fast we actually decide to look forward and go forward.
I mean, I think it's like everything is a work in progress. I think because we haven't had, like Tanak said, we haven't had our full team healthy yet. Who he passes the ball to, who initiates the movement has changed almost every game. It seems like, I mean, he could pick a pass out, but like, I don't think that level of communication is there yet and trust. I mean, but to answer your question, it hasn't really helped us much this season. It hasn't worked well, for whatever reason it hasn't worked to our benefit this season. Until he gets players that he trusts, until he gets some familiarity with the runs guys make, and trust that they can control the ball and won't hide, that kind of stuff. I don't think it's gonna really help us. If not for the first part of this season, maybe not till next season. But you hope as the season goes on, we get better at running that style, because I don't see any real, besides avoiding pressure, I don't see any help as far as attacking, starting our attack. I mean, we might, unless they press and we break it, it's not helping us at all.
Yeah. Nico, what are you saying on that, buddy?
Yeah. My thing is, I think the problem is the midfield. I think our problem is the midfield, because, and why I say that is, and I don't want to put this pressure on a young Kobe Mino, right? But in preseason, when Kobe Mino was on the field, or that mold of player, then we saw the best of that tactic, more or less. You know, and I think,
agreed.
And I think without a player like that, I think we're struggling, and because you see now Nana be going along right through. I mean, he just kicking away the ball now. He looking worse than the kicking away the ball.
Gosh.
Yes,
Pressure.
he just kicking out the ball, and we coming right back, because it's going to nobody or to the opposition. So my thing is, we need quality in the midfield, right? Casemiro's job is not that. I think Casemiro is still a quality player, right? But his job is not that. We get somebody
He's not a ball carrier. Yeah, he's not a ball
exactly.
carrier.
So we get a midfielder who could do that. Then I think we will see Ten Hag ball. And I don't know if Amrabat is in that mold, which I don't think, but I think
Now he's very key. Actually, his stats in Syria.
nah, he could do that.
Yeah, he actually,
Right.
I think he ranked the highest with regard to progressive balls into the opponent's box.
Okay, so
as
if
a
he could do
midfielder.
that, then I think that you might see, the football looking a bit different. But without him in the team, and then again, as much as Ericsson okay doing that, the slowness of Ericsson again, slowing down the football now. We had to get a little more energy in the midfield, and that ball carrying type of midfielder, in the midfield with that quality to pick a pass, that quality because that quality that we saw from Kobe Mino during the preseason. We haven't seen none of our
Right.
midfielders possess
Jed,
that.
that play that he had
So
make against Arsenal in preseason when we had scored a goal.
it's not that it's so much little plays, it's so much vision, it's so much quality on the passes. It was so much of that one little player that made us tick in the preseason that we're missing. So I think that is where the whole building falling down right now. We don't have a player who could do that.
Before I come to Chef on this one, let me just, because Ten Hag was asked about Amrabat and what he will bring to the team, and he said he is dynamic. He is a solid player. He can run a lot, right? He can keep the ball and win duels, right? He can intercept and recover balls. That's what he will bring to us, all right? So in terms of the progressive carries, as Christopher was saying, let's hope that this is the man, because I still not expecting Kobe Mino to come in and revolutionize anything, right?
Exactly.
And from even from when he was looking at him play in the preseason, he looked more like a deep line playmaker as opposed to a ball progressor. But go through, Chef.
I agree with Nico there that our midfield, the midfield don't show for the ball.
Yeah.
The midfield don't show for the ball. The ball, if the idea is you have a ball playing keeper, that I mean you're going long. That means your press is further up, but still you have to have a midfielder that's able to show for the ball and transfer it. That's not Casemiro work.
Mm-mm.
You can't expect that. And we have some defenders that just look so finicky with the ball at the foot that you ain't want to trust them too much, so that it would mean you have to have midfielders who are able to come and get the ball and push it forward. Listen, our football is so predictable. Just what I think you said earlier, Reem. Ball come to the wing backs, it will go to the centre back, it will go back to the wing back, it will end up by Onana. Onana will push it, maybe push it forward to our centre back, it will go to our wing back, it will end up back by Onana. And then he will kick it forward. That is what we played whole game.
Yeah.
Not once we get any ball and a man turn, pivot, push the ball forward to our center midfielder. The center midfielder get the ball, make a couple of steps, look up, wings or center, where we going? Nothing. I'm looking for our wingers. Well, yeah, our inverted wingers forward, whatever the hell you want to call them. That they're supposed to be, as the coaches are saying, you bite in your line so that the ball coming to you with width for you to run at them. When the ball is, and with that now, you have to be moving the ball fast. But we're moving the ball so slow that our opposition defense is always have time to set up
Organize.
Yeah.
We need to
and
organize.
organize.
They'll be set by the time the ball reach them.
Exactly.
Correct. Let me just get some comments before I come to Christopher here, right?
Yeah.
Rishi saying, he said he wonder if it's Onana or the slow midfield. So I think those guys, the guys on the panel would have broken that down, right? So
We
I
talk
think the
about
question get answered. All right. Jesus saying here, slowness is because we can't carry the ball. Right, and I think everybody kind of identify the issue, right? As we're not positioned to receive, and Onana stand and mashing the ball, allowing the opposition to get their shape. It looks like our team having the quality to play out from the back to take advantage of having Onana. Spot on.
Yep.
Justin Locomol, thanks for joining, man. He's saying at least we can breathe today. At
breathe,
least the
yeah.
results will allow us to breathe, right?
After man nearly dead, holding the breath during the game. Man, you're saying.
She said exactly. All right. Ace on the inside. Good night, man. Lynchy,
Yeah.
man. Thanks for
Lynchy.
joining.
All right. Good night, brother.
He's saying, blessing and love into the game today. I patiently waiting on your analysis. And you join so late. You know what we analysis you miss already, Lynchy?
Teamwork.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris. So on Onana, right? Because we're realizing, as I think Nico pointed it out, Onana reverting to De Gea type distribution because our forwards not showing that they could challenge those kind of aerial balls that coming toward them. Because I don't think Rasmus won any challenge in the air, right? And the couple Rashford get, when if he did win it, it was we lost possession. So that's an all useless.
Instead of we putting, sorry, I forget. Sorry, it's Simeon.
Yeah,
But
no,
go ahead.
Yeah, well, go ahead, no, chef, go through.
So my thing is right. Again, and that's what I work in midfield. Instead of looking to be putting all them ball in the air for Rasmus, right? How about the midfield receive the ball and you put the ball in spaces for him to run onto the ball? Let him.
Them
Why
midfielder want to
every
hold
time
the
he
ball
get,
too long.
why
It
every
is
time he gets the ball is with he back to the defense and about 3 men against him.
So-
Let you get the ball and run at them.
How much time you see Scott McTominay with the ball and holding it for no reason when he's supposed to pass?
Yeah.
He taken 2 and 3 touches too much.
When it should be 1, 2, 1, 2,
touch
1,
and
2.
pass it for the man in space. But I don't know if he afraid that when he pass, he can make a bad pass. So, you take extra touches to compose yourself.
But then he taking the extra touches and still making shit passes,
Save that nonsense for training. All that afraid I make
Nah,
a
but-
bad pass.
nah.
Our training for go and
Them
do
fellas
that in
holding the ball
training.
too long.
Take your cuts
Too
from your
long.
coach and stuff if you do stripping us.
Too long.
Do bring down the match.
If the ball not coming from Casemiro, it's not coming from Bruno. It's taking too long.
Yep.
It taking too long to come.
Everybody else taking too long.
I mean, just my take on it with regards to Onana. I believe that Ten Hag, and that's why I have as the captain and Ten Hag, I trust that he has a plan. He has a plan of the type of football he wants to have Manchester United play, right? And in order for that plan to be executed, you need all the right pieces and all the right parts to fit in order for it to function properly, right? You can't have on a car 3 wheels a certain size and then one that is like twice the size of all the other 3 tires, because then you had the car driving all kind of strange ways, right? Yes, it's a tire, but it's the wrong size. So all I say in that kind of clumsy analogy is that at the end of the day, he does not have the pieces necessary for him to play the whole Ten Hag ball everybody expecting to see, right?
I think too, Ten Hag had to be a little braver. When I say a little braver, right? Today was actually a good example of that because we talked about that last podcast. It had times Marcus Rashford could come off,
Yeah.
You could hook him. Like serious. Bring on Garnacho. I find this a very scary thing when a player in his mind he know they can take me off. And I honestly believe Manchester have a few players like that. As much as
Today,
Thanks for that,
as much
Chef.
as well, today as much
Good
as
transition there.
as much as I saw Rashford had some moments where he should have passed. It had times where I thought he was looking, but he's not so accustomed passing that again it added milliseconds onto the pass now, or onto the effort for the pass. That now when he wants to pass, it change his mind. And the change on his mind, now he had a dribble, we tried to dribble between 3 men and losing the ball because he's not so accustomed passing. Because in those tight spaces, passing it had to be like one touch, bam, pass.
And the passing had to be precise.
Exact and crisp.
Yeah.
So as Shepherd touched on it, right? Because I really wanted to get the panel to talk about this, right? Because it have things circulating are wrong about manager player favoritism. So let me get into that, right? All you think that it exists in the team because Chef just mentioned that we've
Even
seen it
Rashford. Yeah.
for the past couple games, well, where Rashford don't get sub, Bruno don't get sub, right? Them fellas could play good, they could play bad, they play in the full game, right? So is there manager favoritism, player favoritism? Do you see why the manager would favor these players, and if you think it's affecting the team? Anybody who want to go first?
Simeon, go ahead. I asked Simeon voice style bit.
Yeah.
No, I mean that question. I mean, how you mean this? I mean, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
if you, I mean, you gonna have your favorites. I mean, you're a manager. You're gonna have your favorites. You're gonna have guys who you're gonna trust. I think the manager trusts Bruno Fernandes because he's captain, obviously. I don't see the. I don't think he should play every minute of every game. I think that's ridiculous. But, yeah, and then you have Rashford, who is the golden child of United. Like, I don't think that Rashford is our best player, but he doesn't play the smartest football.
Yeah.
And that's the issue. Like, I think Ten Hag's trying to get him to play. I mean, he even said he's trying to get him to play better and smarter football. I think he's working on Rashford. Is it working to our liking yet? No. I feel like, but in doing that, I think he's holding back some players, like Garnacho. Kareem was asking a question about, what we expect from today's game, like, and I would have told you we would have played possession, we would have had the ball for more than, more possession, and we would have tried and score as many goals as possible because, this team is at the bottom of the league.
But I didn't play in a confident United, eh? Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go
So,
ahead.
I figure, we bring on Garnacho late to, attack, but we can't bring on Garnacho because we have Bruno on one side and Rashford on the other side, and I just feel like Ten Hag seeing something totally different of what we're seeing, and that kind of worries me. Like,
Yeah.
But that can be justified because he's seen it up close and
that's
he's
what
seen
worries
them every
me.
day in training. He's seeing, so I personally won't be worried about that because I guess he training with the guys,
Yeah, I mean, like Karim was saying, look at our squad, the names. I mean, yeah, we down players, but our players, like, I feel like 5 players in our team cost more than that whole Burnley squad. I don't know. I could guess. I look at that squad.
Yeah.
I recognize hardly one name on that squad, but yet, here you were, struggling against them. Any ordinary looking at that squad, you figure, okay, well, we're going to try and win this game. We're going to, but Ten Hag worried about defense. He worried about, fighting hard and running back and doing the right things. Like, I think what Ten Hag seeing worries me. And I think he picked guys like, Bruno, who, I can't, as much as I question his skill set sometimes, and his whining and his performance in big games, I can't question his heart. Rashford, sometimes, but the man is the best player we have. I mean, and Ten Hag trying to make him better. And he said that when he got his team, he said, "I'm going to make Rashford better." So I see that. But as far as to the question, does he have favorites? Yes. But will his favorites, will they get us to where we need to be? I mean, that's the question. Like, can Rashford play well enough and pass well enough, and can Bruno score those kind of goals in big games? Because he always scores in these games. He will always score in these games, which is great. But if you give Bruno that chance against City, if you give Bruno a clear 1-1 against City, he ain't scoring that.
Yeah, man. Bruno go put that away, man. Bruno
but,
Fernandes, man.
but if I
Nah,
can just,
Bruno,
if I can
Bruno
just,
Shaw,
Don't do it.
if I can
Hold
Bruno
on
just,
to
Shaw,
me. I
man.
don't know
Nah,
about
Bruno Shaw.
but let me
Bruno
just
Shaw
interject here, right?
for big
Go back.
game. Bruno is
Go
always
back.
Shaw for big game.
But let me just interject here,
Go back.
right? And I hear what you're saying, Simeon. But sometimes, your favorites, right, could sink you too. Because, and I'll go back to the Ollie Maguire situation. And I remember the games where Ollie job was on the line. I can't remember if it's the Watford game in particular when we play Watford away. And Maguire know his manager job on the line and he pushed strip a tackle and get a red card. I don't know if I remember that. And it's game after game, Maguire
That
was
sound like
poor.
Maguire. That sounds
But
like
Maguire was
them thing that's
poor.
filtered through that pressure
Right.
and that tension will be filtering through the entire squad.
No, but what's saying, right?
top to
I'm looking
bottom.
at, it has certain managers who favor players and they will die on that hill, right? Because Maguire was having poor performance after poor performance after poor performance, and yet Ollie was still starting him with the captain's armband, right? So basically, what I'm trying to get at here is, are we seeing this tendency with Ten Hag to the extent where these players are poor, yet he's still starting them? Will it affect the team to the extent where Ten Hag could be, on the chopping block?
But I think it's justified.
Okay, well, go ahead.
At this
Go ahead, go
moment, I
ahead.
think it's justified because I don't think it have any competition on the bench to replace these players.
And that is if I agree with
Yeah,
you.
they don't have anybody who
That's the
could
problem.
play
because
do a
because
partnership
Garnacho
like
That's
started
the
the
problem.
season and Garnacho started the season poor. That's why Garnacho on the bench now. Right? So it's not because, well, all right, Rashford they play good, then we rest Rashford and bring on Garnacho because Jed is the same thing. So, or even worse. So it's not like he have options. So the man hands are tied. And to me, Bruno and Rashford at any day could show up, and I think that's just what's going on. The man hands tied. And another thing I want to touch on. Chris,
Yeah,
another thing I want to touch on is that I honestly don't think that we attracting players that Ten Hag wants. Because if you look, Ten Hag we only getting players who Ten Hag with a coach already. But we are able to really get the quality of players that Ten Hag want, and I think that is a problem. I think players genuinely do not want to come to Manchester United.
Yeah, I understand that point.
I don't even think the word is attracted enough. I don't think we're going after the type of players the man
No, I
wants.
think we go in.
No, we go in, but we're just
you
not
can't tell me
acquiring. We're just not acquiring
You
them.
can't tell me the Kim
Alright.
Major play. We didn't go behind that. You can't tell me we didn't go behind a Hurricane. You can't tell me we
Pavard.
didn't go behind somebody.
Going after Hurricane.
You think a Caicedo? You think we will not? You think we will not inquire about a Caicedo? But Caicedo not interested. in
But then,
coming to Manchester United.
when we watch,
You think the other midfielder who went Chelsea from Southampton,
Lavia or something?
Lavia.
Lavia.
You think we didn't inquire about Lavia? All those things are touted about.
I mean,
but who we get?
honestly,
Yeah,
I kind
yeah,
of glad
Amrabat
that we
on
didn't
loan.
really go in for that, for Lavia. But I mean,
No,
that's
but
a
still,
different-
but what I'm saying is we are not an attractive club. We had to go for Amrabat on loan and what? Amrabat play with Ten Hag before, right? Ericsson, we beg Ericsson because Ericsson again play under Ten Hag. We beg who else? Chad, we just begging players to come to Manchester United right now.
No, well,
Nobody
I mean,
wants to play for Manchester United.
honestly, the recruitment, yeah, it's bad. The recruitment has been bad, and
you recruitment, that's
it's
what I'm
continuing
saying.
to be bad. So
Not to
Yeah.
mention, the recruitment has been poor, and then now we broken. We's a Spranger club.
Yeah. Mason Mount
So-
again, another player whom Ten Hag maybe was looking at long time. Right? Having that conversation long time, so that make it kind of easy for Mount having that relationship.
It's like what I say. He not getting the right pieces.
Yeah, watch Onana. Is that player
son,
coach already?
he
So
trying to get the right players, and to your point, he trying to get the right players, and I'm sure, he would have done his analysis, with his team and this and that, the recruitment team, and had a list of players, that. Because what it is, I think a lot of managers would have complained in the past. I think Van Gaal complained about this. Mourinho complained about this. You had Ole recently coming out and complaining about it as well. And then, of course, you see the stories about Ragnick and the players that he would have recommended to the club that they recruit and things like that. And what you're seeing happening is that these managers are saying, hey, these are the players I need in order to bring success to this club.
Yeah.
And they get in the third and fourth and fifth choice instead.
And that is the problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
look at
Watch how easy Bruno Guimaraes and them fellas to
Jurgen
go
Klopp
to Newcastle.
wanted Szoboszlai, McAllister, and got them.
Yeah.
I mean, the prime example, of course, is Pep. Yes, they have this blank check and all of that, and however much 116 charges against them for financial fair play. But at the end of the day, you cannot speak against how the ownership, as crooked
Backing the
as
manager.
probably
Yeah.
they will back the manager. I mean, Pep changed out, what, 2 keepers or something like that? He
Yeah.
touched down in that club, look at Joe Hart, take one good look at him and say, hey, what, they're not the keeper for my system. Run that. Rocky body to the left, bringing in a keeper that I want that could play my system. And Joe Hart at that time was a cult hero in Manchester City.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? Did the ownership say, well, Joe Hart, he's had a long history at the club, he came to our. No, it's like, all right, Joe, pack it up.
I mean,
Yeah.
And it's not just about
Pep switched out about 5 or 6 or 7 over his left back and right back
But you-
to get your right back and left back to play his system.
But you use But you use Pep, right?
Yeah.
Watch
No, I mean,
Brighton.
I know that well, even looking further down, correct is right.
Brighton not even spending the money. And this is why I always say it's not just about spending money, but being able to spend money the correct way.
If it
Yeah,
is you
not
giving a
very-
manager
very
third and
clear.
fourth and fifth and sixth choice, when it is he come to the players that he would like to bring into the club to bring success to this club. That is what it is you're looking at with regards to league place in third and fourth and fifth and sixth. That's where you're not in the league.
Exactly.
Speaking about that, like look at Rasmus.
You don't take beef chuck and throw that on the grill and expect it to taste like a wagyu steak. You don't. You understand?
Exactly.
I mean, yeah,
No
look
matter
at-
how much flavoring and seasoning you put in it, it's still going to be tasting like well seasoned beef chuck. It's not wagyu. Sorry.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah,
It is
I mean,
what it is.
look at Rasmus Højlund. That is a good young striker. How old? 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
20 years old. How much did you pay for him?
70 something.
70, yeah, about 70.
Or almost
Yes, 70 with add-ons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
70
I mean-
plus add-ons.
I mean, as good as he is, as physically done, gifted as he is, you see he's not the finished product.
not.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's not
Correct.
what we need right now. He's good to have on a team, but like, I know you didn't get many chances, but when you see it, the chances he got, you say to yourself, a better striker will finish those. I know it's hard to say, okay, well, you didn't get a few chances, but you see, watching a game, you see that more quality top strikers will finish a lot of those chances.
the cross. What Dalot put across. You all think he should have scored that?
Yes.
I know
I
he
mean,
come across
Nah,
hard.
he threw his body at it. I care for it.
I
He threw his
he
frame
was
at it.
like he look like he missed kick, but
No, I accustomed seeing
But
That
that's
is Simeon's point.
Martial is my boy, and I like my Martial, but at the end of the day, Martial do throw his frame at crosses like that.
But that is Simeon's
ball
point, though.
across the box,
That
and
a better striker
man not
was
throwing the
getting
frame.
on the end of that.
Rasmus threw his frame, so I go fault him.
Nah, throwing the frame ain't enough.
Yeah, like we keep saying we don't want third and fourth choice. We are Manchester United.
Yeah.
We spent $70 million on an unrefined striker. A guy who, I mean, yeah, he's young, yeah, he'll be good, but right now is he what we need up front when they get that 1, 2, 3, 4 chances.
I think that's a good point, Simeon.
No, I mean,
And
you know why? But you know why I think that's a good point? That means that Ten Hag is not building that team for now. Ten Hag is building that team for 2 or 3 years down the road. So you see, wherever we get now
Rasmus
is
is a
what we
player
will
for
get.
Rasmus is a player for 2 and 3 years 4 years down the road and
So-
all that.
so
Honestly,
maybe-
that is,
yeah,
that
so-
is the truth.
so maybe
you get
you're
20-year-old
looking at
striker with
Rasmus-
bags of potential.
Yeah. So
But
maybe
at the
looking
end of
at
the day,
Rasmus
look at-
now could
look
give
at
you
the
a
example of
projection of
Brighton.
where we maybe we want to be.
He
Look
got
at the
that
example of
it's
Brighton
carrying
with
though.
Evan
I
Ferguson.
mean,
Look at Evan Ferguson. Evan Ferguson scored a hat-trick the other day, whoever it is. But at the end of the day, if it is Welbeck fit, Welbeck does be
Welbeck
starting in
can.
front of Evan Ferguson.
That's right.
Correct.
You understand?
Correct.
Let me just,
As much potential as Evan Ferguson has with
Yeah.
regards to
He's
everyone
not a
touting him
start.
as
He's not the automatic starter.
he's not the
for
automatic
Brighton.
starter.
But
And
Welbeck
Rasmus
is-
should-
I
and if
think-
it
I
is
think
he's
there's
not the
a-
up- if
there's
it is Evan Ferguson, because he's a young player who is in development, is not a starter for Brighton, Hove Albion FC. Why it is Rasmus Højlund, who is of the same mold, is a starter for Manchester United FC, treble winners, most
But we-
freaking Premier League titles,
Because
etc. Why is
we
that?
building for the future. Because we
Well,
building for
not
the
not building
future.
for the future. It is
So
because
so
they
don't
get
get, let me don't get our hopes high.
the wrong part.
Right?
They get in the wrong
No.
parts.
Let me don't get our hopes too high, and let me see it for what it is. We building for the future.
Rasmus is a
and let me
player
see-
who should be used like how Brighton using Ferguson. Have him on the bench, bring him on.
But who?
If
But
it
we
is
got the
their
bench for
main striker
who?
injured, he could put in a shift
But
and
I think-
possibly score a hat trick because he
I
had the
think
potential to do that.
that kind of money you spend for Højlund, he can't, unfortunately, he can't have it on the bench playing like how Ferguson is. And that-
yeah,
and
man.
that-
But-
Why?
Yeah, man. For no
all you had to
future.
look at- all you had to
Daddy
look at the
market, eh?
reason.
No, but-
All you had to
no,
look
but
at
daddy
the
market-
reason why it is Atalanta was able to have our gonads and a vice and squeeze that money out of us because we do not have a starting striker.
yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have
but
a
I just want
striker,
to-
so we can't even say, well, if you're calling that much money, we go walk away from the deal because who you go start? Cricks Biscuit Leg, Martial? No, man.
Gosh.
Yeah, but let me just bring me back into, because I had a goal or end to the question that I had asked,
All right,
because
great.
I really want to, because it's have a lot of reports coming out about, you know, discontent within the squad, right, and a lot of reports coming out about favoritism. So this is why I had asked the question if you all think the favoritism affecting, if it do exist, if you think it exists, and I mean I think we unanimously kind of agree that it does exist, and the two most, you know, the two most obvious players is Rashford and Bruno, and to extend Casemiro as well, right? Now, my thing is this: if you have trust in a particular player and you know that player is one that you would want to play, then I don't have an issue with that. Most managers have their favorites. But what I think other players, you know, would like to see, and I think even the fan base as well, we were talking about it. At some point, take Rashford off now. We ain't saying those
who?
stuff. If hold on. So you telling me? So you telling me? No. So you telling me Garnacho can't play a solid
He
30,
could come
20
in
minutes?
for-
Nico?
All
Thirty
and we go
minutes,
say the same
15
thing.
minutes, yeah.
And we go say the
Nico,
same thing
all-
earlier.
all I'm
And
saying-
we
all
go
I'm
say the
saying-
same thing. We will come
all
back
I'm
to the
saying-
same point.
No, but what I'm
Come
We
saying,
see it. We see
you
it.
have a
we see
squad.
it season after
Rashford
You have a
could come
squad.
off at times.
You have a squad. You have a squad. But hear me out, right? Hear me out. We have a
It's that time
squad.
when Rashford need to get pull off.
And
Of
this is what I'm
course.
saying.
It
It
needs to
have
happen.
You can't
points.
play. You cannot tell me that even as much as we could all agree he's probably the best attacker. But you cannot tell me that every game Marcus Rashford deserves 90 minutes. Nah.
Yeah.
Because look
And I
even
am not
today.
saying that.
Because
All
look
I am
today.
not
Look today.
saying that. But what I'm saying is when it happens, we are complaining the same way.
No,
And I-
but hear
no,
what I'm saying. Hear
We
what
are
I'm saying. I
complaining the
didn't
same way
say,
because
No, but
we agree
Nico-
with all the other players.
Nico, but hear what I'm saying. I didn't say don't play Rashford. Every manager have their favorite players who they go to, who they trust. Play the player. But what I'm saying is you have to watch a game and know when, hey, he really struggling. Right?
Yeah.
Let me get Garnacho 15 minutes.
Today it's not
Let
working.
me give, it's not working for you today, but you go start, here's my favorite. I don't know in the back of my head, you want to play next game anyhow.
Yeah.
But let me take you out of the fine line and let me give Garnacho 15-20 minutes today.
Yeah.
Right? Bruno, you're having a hard one. All right, here we're going on. Let me shake it up a little bit. Let me bring on Hannibal and play Hannibal for 10 minutes today.
Nah, you're doing that.
But we're not
You're taking up
seeing
Bruno
that.
for nobody. No,
We're
I'm not taking up Bruno
and
for nobody.
And this is the
honest.
issue.
I know.
This is the issue with the team. So you telling me?
I
No,
will
you
take off
telling me?
Rashford.
But you're telling me.
I
but
will
just now,
take
you're
off
telling
Rashford.
me.
I'm not taking up Bruno for nobody
But
unless
yet-
someone on the bench
so what
who
message?
really deserve.
What message you're sending to the team when these players are consistently underperforming and you're not
Bruno
taking
has
them
been
off
one
at
of
all?
our best
I'm not
players.
saying. I'm not.
He
But
hasn't
Bruno
been
has
great,
not been
but he has
performing.
been one. But he has still been one of our best players
Bruno has
performing or
not
not.
been performing
So
consistently.
who has been performing consistently for Manchester
Give
United?
players a chance. Give players a chance because the kind of minutes that Bruno, the likes of Bruno and Rashford, getting over time, right? A lot of the other players are afforded that, and are talking about
Nah,
is consistent poor
Rashford could get come off.
performances.
Rashford could get come off. Bruno had it dead on the field.
But let me say something.
and
Right?
I being honest.
If you tell me, right, after 6 games, we're not seeing where the level of a certain player, increasing and the player getting better and the player contributing more. And I'm talking about overall. I'm not talking about you have a beautiful goal today, and that stat pad and that just paper over. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about looking at your game for what it is. If you score and you assist, that's not gonna take my eye off your performance and your levels. So I am saying, at some point, we had to see and say, well, hey, this is not working today, right? Bruno is my captain, but he could still get hooked. And take Bruno off, right? I ain't saying that he get drop and he ain't play for the next 4 or 5 games. And then what I'm saying, because we established that, right? So we established that Bruno, Rashford, and Casemiro are the manager's favorites. So the fella's gonna play. But what the rest of the squad could be bothered by is the fact that these fellas turning up poor performances after poor performances and still playing full 90s.
Well, I
Which
mean,
one
why
is
it is
that?
Garnacho today? Why Garnacho couldn't get 15 minutes?
To Nico's point, where I will,
And I agree.
I understand.
Go ahead.
What Nico's saying is like, if it is you have a squad of players who want to complain about Rashford, Casemiro, and Bruno. I mean,
No, I'm saying they're complaining, but they go feel aggrieved because
well,
men getting opportunities.
let them feel aggrieved. But I mean, if they're honest with themselves, who among them can put in a better performance?
And they were saying,
No, but only
You-
understand
no,
what
you-
I'm saying because
well,
these players
so
are not
you just-
performing
so
and
you
they
just-
have
you
games.
just
They
giving a
have
man a
games.
chance to-
No, but they
to
have
hope-
games.
to hope he come good.
But they have games under their belt. Because the opportunities Bruno and Rashford getting, other players not getting that. So they gain games to try to better their last performance and it's not happening. That's what I'm saying.
No,
Right?
well,
So the
and-
argument could be the same. I'm not getting enough chances to prove that I could show levels.
All right. So that's not why I just asked him. So who you would take Bruno off right now to bring on?
No, what
Hannibal.
I'm saying is, you see Hannibal. You tell me you can't
No,
get Hannibal
Hannibal played
15
today.
minutes?
No, Hannibal
but,
played today.
but today's not the only game where levels was not
Well,
up to scratch.
Hannibal
where a
could
man
play
could
for
get a
somebody
chance.
else. Hannibal could play for somebody else. You tell me you're replacing Hannibal for Bruno?
Yeah.
And this is the
no,
issue.
I won't do that.
This is the
I won't
issue
do
because
that.
it have teams like Manchester City
Tell
who
me
will
that.
change
do that.
players out.
Chef,
will
would you
take
do
off
that?
players.
Chef, would you take off Bruno
Why
for
I
Hannibal?
can't take off Bruno for Hannibal with 15
I
minutes
would.
remaining?
No.
I wouldn't.
I'm not
If
taking
you-
off Bruno.
I
What?
think we're missing this thing here, boy. We real missing this
No,
thing. And this
no,
is
it's
why
not something you
players
can
have
take
no
off. It's not something you
fear
can
of
take
being
off.
dropped and players not raising the level because they have no competition.
Well,
My-
you're
my-
right.
Some men
I-
could
I-
drop
I-
and it's not
I-
something they
I-
can't drop.
You're very
Bruno
And
right.
while
doesn't
I
have
agree,
You're very right in
with
that
you there,
respect.
Reem, because I
Yeah.
said that earlier,
You're right in that
that
respect.
you need competition. At the same time, too, I'm not putting Bruno Fernandes in that category with Rashford and them. That is one of the most.
That's it. I will drop
And
Rashford.
you
I will drop
understand?
Rashford.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Paul. I'm just saying that I can't put Bruno Fernandes there. No, don't get me wrong. There are games he could come off it. Not every single game
Yeah,
in
but
90 minutes.
Well, there's my point. This is
Yeah.
my point earlier.
But I few and far
Well, that what
between.
we
No,
say
but
we
that
agree
that
with
is
him.
few and far
Few and far
between.
between, Nico.
That
Few and far
is few and
between.
far between.
No, it's some games.
Hey,
I mean,
No, no, no.
honestly,
Nah, but
with respect to
Rashford could get
Bruno,
dropped.
most
Rashford could get
games,
dropped, but Bruno.
most games I
Nah,
would
but-
have Bruno run the full 90 because even if it is he having a bad game, he still affects the game. Because when it is Bruno do play, it is a tangible difference you actually see in how the squad
Exactly.
play.
We know the difference.
And that's the
There's a
reason
tan-
why.
There's
That's the
absolutely
reason
no
why.
creativity coming out of that midfield if it is Bruno not there. You
Well,
understand?
Where's your
how you
sample
gonna
size
do
though? Where's
it
your sample
play?
size though? Bruno is always play, so where's your sample size?
But that was
No,
playing. It had
with
nobody.
respect
It had
to, let me say,
nobody.
Marcus Rashford. Marcus
Had
Rashford,
nobody.
as a forward right
Nah,
now, he's in where it is
Rashford can get pulled.
Rashford could get pulled. I could
He
take
could get
that.
hooked at
But
the
for
70th
Bruno,
minute or
it
something like that,
it
and they
have
bring in a
nobody.
Garnacho because Garnacho has proven that he could
Nicole.
add value to the team as a sub. He has proven that.
Where's Sancho? He's still in Siberia.
No, but here I was saying, right?
Sancho,
Right?
But here
Sancho's
my
still a
point,
guard
eh?
right
Yo,
now.
I would
But
take
here's my
Mount.
point, eh?
If Mount
No,
gets
but
it
here's my
right,
point, eh?
I would take
No,
Mount as a
but
replacement for Bruno.
But here I was saying, right?
Drop a rap album right now.
But you hear what I was saying, right? Here what I was saying, right? You say earlier that you're willing to see Dan Gore over McTominay. So you're willing
Yes.
to give unproven Dan Gore, who have
Yeah.
bare minutes at senior level. You're willing to play he over McTominay,
Yes.
right?
That's not.
But
Let me listen.
you're not willing to give another player a chance for 10 minutes, right? For underperforming Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, because I
You don't
still
know where you're gonna get
believe-
from Dan Gore. You don't know where you're gonna get from Dan Gore.
But I
right?
know again from McTominay. 100% know again from McTominay.
But I'm telling you, Nico.
Sure, I
What
know
I'm
again
telling
from
you.
Bruno.
Right, but what I'm telling you is I have seen, because you take out Bruno assist today, Bruno goal today. Bruno had another average performance today. No?
All right, and no problem. Wait,
Nah, I
let's
take
go.
it now.
Chef, let's go, eh?
Chef,
Let's go, eh?
I wouldn't
So,
agree
all
with
right.
that. I
So,
wouldn't agree with that. I
so
wouldn't
who
agree
on the
with
bench with a take off? So we take off Bruno today, because you say you had a poor game, and we have put on.
I didn't say you have a poor game.
All right,
I said
he had
you
an
have
average game.
performance.
He had an
Yes.
average performance. So
I
who
don't
on
mind,
the
sir.
bench? Who on the bench will come and give a good performance?
Yeah, but see, no, it's not. All right, let me see if I can
It had
play it to you,
nobody,
Nico.
Reem, it
Let
had
me see, no,
nobody.
but let me see if I can play it like this to you, Nico. Right? It's not a matter because we know of how thin this squad is. It's a kind of twofold thing that you're doing. You're sending a message
Yeah.
to Bruno, right, to let him know that hey, here we're going on. I'm not pleased with your performance. So I'm taking you off. That's the first message you're sending. The second
But-
thing you're doing now is you're bringing on.
You'll be wrong.
But hear
No,
me out
as the
now.
manager,
Hear
you'll
me
be
out now.
wrong. As
Hear me
the
out now.
manager, you'll be wrong.
I can
You'll
finish.
say, coach. So
can
then
finish
show
on.
me who doing better.
Well, and
Go
this
ahead,
is why I'm
go
saying.
ahead, go
Because
ahead.
no, show me who doing better. If Rashford could reach later meeting in the season where he scored 30 blasted goals, Nico,
Right.
and he get leave out the team.
Yeah.
Why Rashford didn't say show me who could do better? Because Rashford had to end up coming
No,
on
that
and
was
scoring
a
the winner. So the issue, but the issue is
disciplinary issue.
The issue
No, we're
is
talking about performance.
The issue is
That's
no.
two
The
different
issue
things.
is
Like
Nico,
two
the
different
issue
things.
is
You can't tie it up there.
no. I'm
Like
talking
disciplinary.
about who could play better. I'm talking about who could do better. That's,
No, we're
I just
talking about
reply to that.
discipline and performance.
Let him finish now. Let him finish.
All right, go ahead,
The
go
point
ahead.
I'm making, Nico, is that you see that whole thing about who could do better thing. If that was the case, then Ten Hag would have never dropped Rashford when he reached late because it had nobody he could have done better. That is why I'm responding to that, right?
No.
The issue is
You
I'm sending a
can't make that
message.
analogy. You
I
can't
am
make that
sending a
analogy.
message.
because
I'm sending a message to
Ten
the
Hag
player.
came to United to improve the discipline in the squad. So
The
that
playing style
analogy,
as well. The playing style as well and improve
yes,
players
but
as well. Improve
discipline was
discipline, but
a
improve
big thing
players also.
lacking.
I
But
don't have an
discipline was
issue
a
with
big
that.
thing lacking at
I don't have an
Manchester
issue with that.
United.
But the thing about it, Nico, you can't have a player asking you, well, who go play better if you take
No,
more
I
from
just
one
say
side
that.
and then allow it on the next side.
I said that, right? I said that. I didn't say Bruno said that. I said that.
Right, but my
But at
point
the end
is,
of the
my
day,
point
when you
is,
look at the team, you don't have nobody who's gonna do better, and we know
so
that.
what I'm saying, Nico, sometimes the team have to sacrifice to make a statement, right? So I'm saying you bring on somebody to maintain a level, even if the level drop a little bit, right? Because these players, I ain't getting minutes, so
Nah,
can't expect me to come and
Reem,
get Bruno levels.
Reem, I hear that.
No,
No. But that
I
means
didn't understand
Bruno.
what I'm saying, but
no, but that
because
means Bruno
and
has to be
Rashford will
real.
keep
Bruno has to be
Bruno and
real.
Rashford.
That means
Bruno
Bruno
and
has
Rashford
to
will
be.
continue to be
And I don't
putting
think Bruno
out
does be so bad all the
performances,
time.
being criticized, putting on performances below par, below what the expectations are, below what a player with those kind of minutes and mileage on the legs is supposed to afford the team. We're not getting it from them, and they just continue playing because why? It have nobody else.
I feel they're being overcritical
No.
on Bruno. I go take
No.
it for
It's a
Rashford, but I feel
principle
they're
across the board,
I
you
feel,
know.
nah,
Because
I feel
look, even
I feel they're
Casemiro.
going over. I feel they're going
Look,
over
even
with
Casemiro
with
don't get
Bruno.
With Casemiro and all, Rashford.
But if we drop Casemiro,
Well-
who would have to replace Casemiro?
All right,
That's
well-
nobody.
Let me lower the temperature of the conversation.
It's had
Man had
nobody.
been-
All I'm saying is we're reinforcing
Man had
a
been-
wrong thing with this team, with having undroppable players who not
Well, yeah.
performing.
Well, you
Right?
make a good point, and that
And
is
for me,
that is a valid point.
sometimes it means the team might have to suffer a little bit just so that these fellas get a point. Right? Like all I'm saying.
I don't
Right?
think Bruno has
Because-
been so bad to be that.
But Bruno could be better. And sometimes, Nico,
The whole team
for him
could be
to
better.
for him
But
to
that
be
means we'll
better.
drop the entire team. The whole team could be better. Then we go
Everybody
drop
on
the
that
entire
team, everybody on that team is get rotated, but Bruno
Well-
and Rashford, Nico.
well,
That's what I'm
really,
saying.
the
Everybody
thing
else
is-
could get rotated except those two fellas.
Bruno
Anthony,
average performance.
is it right?
Bruno average performance is still 10 times better than a McTominay performance. Or
I still want better from Bruno because I still not pleased with Bruno
still was
performances.
better than Hannibal. I mean Hannibal had a decent match today, but
I don't know,
a
but
decent
I
match
still
for
not
a
pleased
youth
with Bruno
player promoted.
performances.
Bruno was better
With the
than Hannibal.
kind of trust and minutes Bruno's be getting.
Bruno was our best midfielder today, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know.
and
if people
the
agree
performance
with
was real poor.
Wait. How you gonna compare Bruno performance to Hannibal performance?
No, what I'm saying is a midfielder.
I mean,
No, but
still,
one man
Hannibal
played
just-
6 games,
Well,
90
that's
minutes,
the
and
thing,
one man
Bruno
now
was-
get whole 90 today. He don't have minutes in his legs for you
No,
to
what I'm
compare,
not saying at all.
compare the
They're
players.
to the same position.
No, the
They're
Manchester City
playing
was the
in
best
midfield.
player.
So
He
you,
just
as a
comparing it to
manager,
who was the
you're
best
looking at your
player.
midfield and you're dissatisfied, let's say, with the midfield performance. You say, okay, what do I need to change in this midfield to get a better performance? I'm not looking at Bruno because Bruno was the best performing midfielder. I will look elsewhere because you have to see, okay, who is the one who is not pulling their weight. And you
Okay.
can't make the argument about Bruno.
I mean,
You know,
I think, I think what Kareem's point is, say next game, everybody healthy. You have Mount on the right side, you have Bruno in the middle. You know,
Monk shouldn't be starting if everybody healthy. Monk shouldn't be starting if everybody
Yeah.
healthy.
See,
no, well, even all right. So say
That is
Anthony.
seven,
Say,
man.
let's say
That is
Anthony
seven.
situation sorted.
Double
and
M.
Anthony back. All right, no problem, Simeon. Go through. Everybody fit. Anthony situation sorted, and he come back. Go ahead.
yeah, say Bruno, Bruno plays now normal position. And he ain't playing the kind of game he wanted to play. It's the 87th minute. Bruno tired. Bruno's looking tired. You know how he be looking sometimes. He can't get back.
And we've had games like that.
Yeah.
Would you?
No, but
would
Nico
you
saying don't take him off. Nico saying don't take him
No,
off.
I go take him off and bring on a Monk. No, I go take him off because I saying Monk should be a direct replacement for Bruno. Outside of Monk, I don't think it's a nobody on the bench really.
I don't find Mount
You
is
see,
no
you see,
replacement for
you
Bruno.
know,
eh?
the issue is
So where Monk
we
plays,
watching.
Chef, where Monk
watching-
could really play. Monk can't
we
play on that
watching-
field with Bruno.
You see, sometimes we watching.
That's a mess.
We watching
I
the fact
still
that
don't know
Bruno.
where Mount go and play. So that's a
No,
tough
but
question.
a replacement don't have to be a like for like. That's why you could change your
That is
tactics
what I'm saying.
from
It don't always-
substitutions.
That is exactly, Chef. It don't always have to be a like for like. And that's
Yeah,
what
but
I'm
that's why
saying.
I'm happy on the field at the same time because we see it already is rubbish. Two
But-
is rubbish.
Look last season, right? Let me guess.
I class Mount as a like for like with Bruno. Eh? No friggin' way.
Let me just make this last point, right? I remember last season, right? We was playing one of them teams from Undergod back in the Europa League, all right? And Bruno start, and Ten Hag Bruno wasn't having a good game, and Ten Hag take off Bruno and bring on Martial, right? I don't know if you remember, and Martial come on and score, and we win that game. But Martial is not a midfielder. And this is going to the point where Chef was making. Sometimes the change don't necessarily have to be a like for like. Right? So, you as a manager, you getting paid millions, dog, to think and make these decisions. So I'm not saying that when you look on your bench, all I have here is Dango. I can't take off Bruno. That's not what I'm saying. You look at your team and you say, well, hey, you know what's going on here? Bruno not cutting it. You know what? I feel I could pull on this one and switch around that one day and make this thing work. Right? Because I had to get one. Bruno had to understand he can't play every game if he's not giving me levels.
I think the issue is, even with everybody healthy, Ten Hag would move somebody else and leave Bruno on.
Well, they were saying he go play Bruno on the right, he go play Bruno on the left, he go play Bruno
Well, let me
back
see that.
off that thing.
Let me see that happen now. Let me see it happen now. We have seen that happen yesterday season. Let me see it happen now. Let me have a full squad.
No, well,
let me see.
alright.
Let me see Bruno pissing on the tail, and can I leave him one?
Well, all right. Well, what?
It's happening already, Nico. It's happening
No,
with
this
Rashford too. It's happening this season. Yeah.
No, because nobody for Rashford. Who you gonna bring on?
So you tell me you can't get Garnacho 15 minutes, Nico.
But
Yeah,
Garnacho was getting
For
minutes.
Rashford, I will say
There's only one or two games
sometimes
Garnacho
could
play.
pull-
Garnacho
could pull
play.
some bench for
Garnacho get
Rashford.
plenty minutes.
So
But the
Rashford
games when
could pull some
Garnacho
bench
came on,
for
Rashford was still on the field. He take off Pelestri and Hoyland.
So
And
the thing
Hoyland
is,
for
you
the
gotta
Champions
take off,
League by-
you gotta take off Rashford or Garnacho getting minutes.
All I'm saying, guys, is sometimes I hear all this said from the manager point of view, but sometimes it will not always work good for the rest of the squad. And yes, man could say, well, it's all about the better, probably them good enough, whatever.
Then take him off.
One more point. Like who? Like
Nobody's saying
which,
no.
which other manager does that? Which other top 5 manager says this player can't come off?
Them shit does only happen at Manchester United.
Only Manchester United.
No, well, I mean, Salah is playing most
Now
of
why
the minutes
Maguire
for
could have get
Liverpool.
only neck boss.
Salah, what? Look, Van Dijk was doing a set of rubbish.
Salah, Van Dijk.
Van Dijk was doing a set of rubbish, and
Numbers.
he's still playing every game. Alexander-Arnold, he was
Alexander-Arnold
looks
still
like
playing
rain,
every game.
and he's still playing every
That's
game.
top 5. That's right, top 5 manager.
Okay. Pepe doing that.
Yeah, Pepe doing that. But if Haaland not scoring, I doubt he dropping Haaland.
He will drop him.
I will be surprised.
No, because
He will run Haaland into form.
But then the way that team does play, any proper striker will score.
Yeah, almost every game.
All right, so then I'm gonna get some comments and then we look to wrap it now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
There's some saying here, Rashford could come off, man. You know, when he's off, the pace, his body language and attitude transfers to the rest of the team.
I haven't
Right.
seen that much this season, to be honest.
What?
But that's not to be corrected.
Well, okay. You're
find,
we don't
especially
correct you on
today,
that.
I find Rashford. As poor as he has been all year, and I agree, he has been poor. I find he given as much as he could.
I'm trying.
Well, that's not good enough because Sancho say he given plenty in training too, and that's not good enough for
Sancho given nothing. Sancho given nothing.
Well, no, the point is,
baby. Sancho don't want to put on his head, right?
Gal.
And he's
Like
because at the end of the day, no, because why? At the end of the day, Sancho don't have to play on the left, right? He don't have to play on the left. He can play somewhere else, eh? But he don't want that.
He can
wants
play
to play on
left
the left.
off.
Right? He want to play on the left. Rashford
Really?
I want the left. I
But
can't
no,
play nowhere else.
all this nonsense, all this nonsense. I was telling you that it's only in United. A right footer demanded he could only play on the left, and we just tolerate that dirty shit.
Yeah.
No, well,
So you
Sancho
can
the right
play nowhere
place, with Lingard, because Lingard is a free agent with no club right now. Yeah,
he
Sancho,
trained with
Yeah,
LFC
they're
fact.
Saudi. They're going
Sancho
Saudi.
is
Sancho in the right
LFC.
place.
I think
Alright,
Lingard
let us
since
go.
training with
January
LFC fact.
go 5 for Tony.
Yeah. Diane saying here who could replace Bruno though? You know, even on a bad day. Right? So he shows up with his Bruno magic. The drop off will be a lot. Rashford couldn't take a little bench or even come on as a sub. Ten Hag is working with what he has at the moment. No Sancho, no Anthony, Sol Langa, no Mason.
Because the longer them calling in this thing, they can't stop it. Man.
Martial is an egg. Donny Van de Beek not up to mark. Right?
But they know she football and she making sense. Why she making sense?
I mean, you can play a different. You don't have to play one ball over the top or one magic ball to win a game. That's my point. You don't have to do that.
Agreed.
Hannibal
No, it's almost like we fan base just know that is all we just play, then see the dynamism in the team and we could do differently.
I
So
mean,
if we don't have Bruno, we don't have Rashford, we can't win no game. I don't believe that.
Most likely not. Most likely
I don't
not.
believe that. I don't believe
What
that.
we have-
I don't believe
what
that.
we have Ten Hag for? What we have Ten Hag for?
Yeah,
Ten
then
Hag
Ten
is the guy.
Hag not work the cloth and he
No,
should go.
but Ten Hag has been figuring it out earlier, especially last season. This season has been tough, but last season, that some games he figured out.
Akil Cyrus on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Rashford looks disinterested. Nico didn't
I
step.
disagree.
Nico
I
find he looking
disagree.
normal.
Yeah, like
Nah.
normal.
Nico
Like
watching
Nah,
that game with
nah.
blindfold.
Nah, Nico. Nah, Nico. Nah.
I watch Rashford and I
Nico,
find Rashford.
Nico, them
Rashford's
last
bad.
few games. Today, it wasn't as bad, but them last few games,
Okay.
No, but
Rashford
yeah.
looked real disinterested.
Yeah, nah.
Alright.
JP's a man. Rashford is the boy, and JP telling me today he say he was disappointed with Rashford. Right?
Well, who wasn't? But that don't mean he wasn't given an effort.
God, Nico.
But we're not
legit-
talking in terms of just that. We're talking about just general. Then,
And I
fellas
agree.
like Marcus Rashford and them
I agree.
held
So
to a higher standard, you know.
we should. What
Garnacho
should
should
we?
have gotten some minutes today. Honestly,
should we?
I think he should have gotten some minutes.
Yeah, of course we should.
Why?
Because Garnacho has shown that he could score a goal for we and
Ah.
a second goal would have really kill off that game, man.
Yeah, I find
The
we
man is
Ten Hag
even
labor.
starting for
Ten
England.
Hag labor with our attack too long, right? And you don't know if a substitution with like a Garnacho could have come in and do something
Or
different.
even a Palestri, because Palestri is a man who provide more service to
But-
Hoyland.
But I just saying, right? No, I just saying, right? And that could have worked. But even if we didn't do that, if men made the right decisions, we would have won the game easily. With the same on the field.
But we
And we
know.
ever made a big game.
Yeah, but we also know that is one of Rashford, especially his Achilles. He
Yeah.
don't make better decisions, so
Yeah,
he
them
could have, would have,
making
should have.
score,
He will
boy.
never.
God, them decision making points. Don't Rashford alone. I'm talking about the other players as well.
Yeah.
But no, but Rashford glaring with the decision making, boy. Jeez.
Yeah, for sure. But
Um,
there's some others too that's terrible. Men free, watching them so, and men still passing the next side. I can't understand, boy.
That one with Hoyland, boy, when he should have get Bruno, boy. Like, what the hell, boy?
Crazy,
She saying,
boy.
yeah, so Hannibal looked good today. He could put pressure on the starters. I think Hannibal had a good performance. Ten Hag was pleased. But
Yeah,
to say put
Hannibal-
pressure, but to say
Hannibal-
put pressure,
Put in a shift. He
but
put
to
in a
say
shift.
put pressure on the starters, especially when you're playing in
I
the
don't
same
agree with
positions
that.
with Bruno, who don't get dropped.
Nah, and I don't think his position is a Bruno position. To be
I don't
honest.
think Hannibal is
I
a
don't think
10.
that-
Hannibal is a 8.
No, I don't think that's his best position. I think he could compete with
Every
Mount
game-
and
every
and
game
Ericsson. I think
Hannibal
that's his-
played
that's his
in
competition.
pre-season where he impressed. He played in the number 10.
Yeah, but the position where
But
he played today,
he's a very energetic and boisterous player.
Exactly. But I think the position where he played today is his best position.
Yeah.
He played the 10. He played the 10 today. He didn't play the 10 today. He played the 10 today. Bruno played.
Hannibal.
We started for the
Hannibal play
diamond.
Hannibal play like what Ericsson does not.
No, that
I
was
watched
McTominay
him
play.
That
was McTominay play.
It's true. But anyway.
Yeah,
But
but Hannibal
Bruno was
can
off
play
the
like
right.
three in the
Bruno
middle.
played off the right. Bruno played off
Hannibal
the
had
right.
his
Come
skill set
inside.
to play. Hannibal had his skill set to play them other positions in midfield.
If you get to
I
play.
think so.
If you get to
If he get to play.
I think he deserves minutes.
Me too.
Yeah.
No, while he will get minutes, you know, he has gotten minutes. So
No, but I think today would do good for him. You know,
Yeah.
so let's see. Yeah.
I mean, he scored a
Akil-
goal against Brighton, even though it was a losing effort. I mean, he gained minutes, man.
and he
Yeah,
come
you
in
get
at the
it.
10 and he come in to play the 10 in that game
Yeah.
too.
And again, I think he deserves it.
We looked real poor. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, without
for
that
sure.
though.
He also saying here Sancho and Lingard. Everybody see
Not
that?
good Lingard car.
Yeah, man, trying to
Um,
gang sign and
yeah.
thing, ready to drop the album.
Yeah,
son.
yeah. So
What's
yeah,
the name of the
yeah,
album? Two caca hole in a car.
Nah, but Sancho like he really lock off. He lock off. He look like
Serious?
he's gonna resign. But I thought it looked like Sancho gonna resign to.
Is the most retarded stance I ever see a player take in my life, John.
Yeah, like
It's
mentally
like
too weak.
The coaching staff and everybody ready to just take it back and let me just move. on
When you
from
see
this
that,
whole
it's
drama.
really
But you-
something mental.
But you
Yeah.
maintaining the drama is like, why you maintaining drama that is not? I mean, if it is Sancho, like last season, even maybe some matches this season, even in preseason, he used to put on man of the match performances, then I go understand why he aggrieved. As to
The pressure at
why I
Manchester
can't start
United
whoever it is. But
It's
I
too
mean,
much, man.
you're not.
Too much with
You're
some
not.
players. It's too much.
I mean, what was Sancho returned in his past season with United when we had Bayern? That man ever get double figures in anything
Only,
with regards to
only
assists or
after
goals?
they will repeat.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
it's not
We
even
went
on
to
a,
that.
it's not even on a Ten Hag.
Yeah.
You know, it's on the various managers. This man constantly had the
It's a
direct
time, it's a
dripping on
time,
his
it's a
legs. So
time.
it's like, Solia, what you complaining about?
We only look at
You
the
have
sell
not shown
jerseys.
anything, you know?
Yeah,
Correct.
we got business.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see Pep get rid of he just so.
But
So fellas, I think we reached the end of the podcast. You know, it was good. It was a little heated, but I mean, good,
yeah,
good
man.
No Latin,
all,
no
No,
Latin.
good
all
talks,
Latinos, you
fellas.
know.
Good talk, good talk.
Yeah. So let me get some quick closing thoughts. We have Crystal Palace in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday, and then we play them again Saturday. All right. So you
Start
could factor that
Palestri.
in. So you could factor that in your closing thoughts. Go through, chef.
All right, I can start.
Yeah.
I I was starting give some in that League Cup game. Give some men a chance to show the thing. I was starting Palestri. I was starting Amrabat.
Yeah.
Um, all the men that are the fringes, give them a run out.
What make you feel Ten Hag gonna do that? Bruno and
I
Rashford
No, but
starting.
it's
Bruno
Palace,
starting for
though.
sure.
Palace
Bruno,
is
no,
not no
Bruno,
easy
no,
side,
Bruno
you know.
starting because the man do have a squad. The man do have a squad.
Palace
So,
is not no
Mount
easy
coming back.
side, you
Mount
know.
go be back. Amrabat go be there. Casemiro go be there. Varane come back.
yeah. All of them could play and Bruno with them too. Right? Rashford could bench.
Rashford and Bruno starting that game and playing full 90. Watch and see.
Rashford could get a rest.
I think a full 19, man.
Garnacho starting that game, man. Remember,
Nah.
good.
Yeah,
Starting that
yeah.
game. Rashford will come on if we need needs be. Right?
Whether we need or we need Rashford coming on for you.
But Bruno had to start. Bruno had to start.
Yeah.
I could see Palestri too. Palestri could get some minutes.
Yeah.
And as Chef said, that way, I think earn the corn there.
Yeah.
Maguire fit?
Because
I don't think
Chef,
so. I
Oh,
think
what's
the
that question?
Bruno-
Is that question?
We don't care. We don't care.
Nah, just saying. You will probably sweating them Caribou Cup, man.
you don't want to win goal.
Uh,
You don't want to win goal, Chef.
Arim,
don't
what's
know.
that mean? What's
We
it
don't
mean with
struggling
Stephen A.
to score
Smith?
on our own.
What is
Well,
that?
we're here to tell you that we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. We don't care.
We don't care about Maguire.
Since
I really
since
have it
we
hard,
have
yeah.
so much since we have so much centre backs that not fit right now, we got to play in them kind of cup.
I don't know why Maguire didn't push to leave. Why is it just the prestige to say play for Manchester United?
Money.
But them fellas, they was
Money,
paying
money,
he,
money,
they was paying off
money.
some of the SIE contract for him to
He
leave.
wanted how
No,
much he
man.
wanted. How much he wanted. The club wasn't willing to give him.
The man have had to buy. You see that big head? Buying hat for you
Good
real expensive.
Lord. Hey.
Let me wrap
Man
it
have
down.
headache
Let me
ban
wrap
and think the buying thing expensive. You see how big that head is? Real money for them headache ban and them heart thing you had to buy. Yeah. Now for Carabao, I mean it's Crystal Palace is a Premier League team, you know. That man like Eze
That
and
Crystal
thing.
Palace is a running team to it.
Yeah.
I was
Celebrity,
starting.
Eze,
We will need
Hola.
we will need to have some first teamers in that team in order to really get through
Not that
because
big spot. Them kind of games, so as we if we anytime we lead in by more than 2 goals, Bruno and Rashford could come off.
yeah, just
Wait.
rotate.
2 goals? Nah, boy, that's slim still, boy. Nah.
We had to be leading 10-0 for 10 to take off them fellas and them. No?
To me,
Like
I think
taking off them
I think
fellas.
he could take a risk and start Martial in that match because he
Yeah,
didn't look
yeah,
bad.
Yeah. I can see starting that game.
He
Yeah.
didn't look bad when he
Yeah.
had come on, right? Because he and Rashford they have a good understanding of each other, so they always connect.
And maybe that was on Ten Hag mind today as well, eh?
Right? You could try that. You could see if it is like a get early lead, as they say, 2-0, then see
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
could rotate out and things like that. I mean,
I was
this
starting.
Carabao Cup is still is a cup to win, but you know,
To defend.
I was starting Johnny
yeah,
and
to
up.
defend, yeah, we are the holders. Correct is right. Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Evans had a play. If Johnny Evans did play well, then he starting weekend.
I mean, and I think Hannibal early spot over McTominay with regards if it is they go back to like a three midfielder, we say. You put your Pelestrini right, you could start with Rashford, Martial, as the front three.
Yeah.
You hire Bruno, you hire Hannibal, maybe Amrabat could come in for Casemiro because I know Amrabat could hold on at
Go.
16 as well. You know?
Yeah,
We
Go
started
ahead.
to we started to look a little strongish to him. But I
Yeah.
think Mount starting that game. Mount starting that game. Or Mount might
That's what I'm telling you.
Well, he back
But
fully back
remember
from
we
injury.
said that in
Yeah.
a couple of weeks. We see really and truly in a couple of weeks how this team running because
Yeah.
we should back to be close to full strength.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the exception of what probably Ahmad and this next boy,
Shaw Bissaka.
Shaw Basaka, Malasia.
Yeah.
But
But when
everybody else,
when Ahmad coming back, but I thought the injury wasn't as bad as it
nah,
But they
was.
say they don't know. They don't know yet. When he
yeah,
comes back.
that's a looking no time soon.
Could have do with having Ahmad on that squad, you know, because the boy look
Yeah.
good, you know.
Yeah.
And
Simeon
that's
wasn't
right.
on
That was
Anthony.
the right time. That was the right time
Yeah.
for Ahmad.
Yeah.
With Anthony out.
Yeah. I don't know what. I mean, given what I saw today, I mean, I have no expectations for this Carabao. I mean, I don't know who's going to be healthy. I don't know who we trust to put in team. We have guys who say they're healthy, but I don't. Crystal Palace is not a like they are a Premier League team and they have good players on it. We have a makeshift back line.
And
We have
let's give it trouble.
All the time. All
yeah.
the time.
We have Bissaka ain't healthy. We have Dallo who play all these minutes. We have Reguilon, Sal play all these minutes. We have I don't know who's starting center back. I mean Varane, who knows? I mean I think Varane. Hopefully he's there, but I mean I don't know if he's gonna push it with Varane.
What injury Martinez have?
The same foot.
A foot from the
The
Arsenal
same
game.
foot from the same foot that injury he had got that had any season last season. Remember, it was a broken metatarsal or something like that. Now, like it was still giving him some trouble.
Yeah, and he got look on it against Arsenal. Yeah.
So he aggravated against Arsenal, and I think he had tried to come back again and aggravated again. So yeah, he just probably pull him to because the other heel is a bone. When it is them bone, them kind of small moving bones in your foot and thing that break.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for them thing to heal.
But Ten
So
Hag
what
said
is
it
it,
wasn't
just
serious, so
Wrap that alone and immobilize.
Yeah, I think it's more precautionary.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't have high expectations because we in a mess. I mean, I don't like how Ten Hag tries to. The vibe he giving me right now is like he worried about his team defensively and he don't trust a lot of players. So I don't think we see too much attacking players on the field. So I'm kind of worried.
I ain't getting man wrong though. The defense this season.
So you're trying to tell me we going defensive against Palace, boy?
Are we
Yeah.
doing today against
I
Burnley?
wouldn't be surprised.
we do it against Burnley today, chef.
At this point, maybe they just had to prioritize some results over performance. I mean, that was the initial question that we
It
started
was.
the podcast with.
It was.
So I guess we reached full circle. Should we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
try to get a result and forget about champagne football? Just get to the bloody round, you know.
Nico.
I think everybody would have said what I would have said more or less. It's way past my bedtime, so no more comments from me.
Yeah. Well, guys, I mean, it was good. Simeon, Christopher, Nico, Chef, fellas, it was nice.
Yo.
Those in the comments. Thanks again for, staying with us for the almost 2 hours podcast. We're supposed to stop at an hour.
I want nil equal nearly 2 hours, yes?
Now the kind of drama that going on in this club, babe.
Yeah.
And
for
men
real,
have things
for
to give
real.
the chest, it seems.
You can literally talk about United all day, yes?
It's
I'm
true.
telling you. Anyway, so guys, we're going to be here again on Tuesday, so don't forget to like and share, follow us on YouTube and subscribe if you haven't already. Right, we do appreciate it. So have a good night, fellas. See you all on the next one.
All right,
Good
good
night.
night.